Oh, keep your ears to the ground.
Talking about the freedom.
Freedom!
It's the best show in town.
Let's show me that freedom. Well. Freedom.
I give you freedom. Yes, it's right.
Freedom.
Start right now.
Freedom.
Get your freedom tonight.
Freedom. Well. Freedom. Come on, everybody. Young, old, all you lovers. This is our time to rise back from the sand and claim our freedom. Talking about the freedom. Let yourself be free.
I give you freedom. Yes, it's right.
Freedom.
Start right
Talking
now.
about the freedom.
Get your freedom tonight.
Freedom.
Yes, it's right.
Freedom. Let yourself be free.
Start right now.
Freedom.
Get your freedom tonight.
Freedom. Well.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. It is a pleasure to have the freedom to join you and take a look at that music. It's Freedom from the Originals. Really good tune. You can get down with it. So today, I'm walking in the house trying to figure out if I'm going to do tonight's tasting. Because I'll be honest with you, I didn't want to do it. But then my wife says, you're doing the tasting. And I was like, but I need a break. I need a break from, I need a moment. And she says, you're doing tonight's tasting. So I was like, all right, I got to figure out what I'm going to taste. So I walked around the house and I grabbed the first two bottles that I saw. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is this Wild Turkey, a vintage bottle that a good friend of mine gave me. So I've had this for about 10 years and I haven't opened it. So tonight is special. I'm breaking this open to share with you. As Freddie Johnson says, you only break out the good bottles of bourbon when it's with friends. So I grabbed this off the bookshelf. And then I grabbed this, which if you're doing a tasting, if you're trying to figure out if this makes any sense, I'm going to tell you that this doesn't make this taste off makes no sense whatsoever. It makes zero sense. This is, oh boy, here we go. Frank's already on me. He's saying I'm toasted already. Now that's not true. Although I did just wrap up a tasting with NFL star Kyle Rudolph. We did a virtual tasting, and so I did taste a little bit, but I am not there. Now, I will tell you guys, yesterday you got me in trouble a little bit when you encouraged me to have a couple more at the end. That taste off, I should not have been influenced. You guys peer pressured me into that. Now I made the choice, but I shouldn't have done that. So tonight it will only be a two bourbon taste off. So what are these bourbons? You guys ask any questions as we're going. I will be happy to answer them. So let's just go ahead and take a look at what we should consider to be the contender. Look, this High West, it's high rye, it's coming, or not High West, this Redemption high rye bourbon, 60% corn, 36% rye, and 4% malted barley. It's coming from MGP. So this is a pretty much a style of bourbon that you're going to be familiar with if you know MGP stuff. And they're a really good distillery. They make great whiskey, and you get some MGP liquid that's between 8 and 12 years old, and I dare say you're not going to find many things that that are better. So this is a value bourbon. It's not one that I would really. I mean, this has been a bourbon that I have from time to time. I'm okay with it. It's okay with me. But I'm not waiting in line for this one. It's $27. Really nice, really nice value. Then we have Wild Turkey. Now this bottle is from 1982, 1983-ish. How am I able to tell that on the date? Well, on these tax stamps went away in the early 1980s, and then, so there's only a couple years that they were produced in the 80s, and there's some language on the stamps that helps me able to date it. They changed the language to say distilled, and they would put spirits. They would put distilled on one side and spirits on the other side. They changed that in 1982. And you can also see some of these bottles, they would have a stamp there. It says 82 on it. So that is how I know it. There's also the fact that when this is the Wild Turkey 86.8 proof. Now, this used to, wrong one. This used to have an age statement on it. So you take a look there. This is from this particular photo is from 1974. This was when Wild Turkey had come out with, they came out with the 86.8 proof in the 1970s, and what I consider to be the great bourbon proof lowering age. This was when, Jim Beam, Jack Daniels, everybody was lowering their proofs. And to market themselves, Wild Turkey would actually compare themselves to Jack Daniels on the market. And they would say, hey, come, we don't just have 101 proof anymore. We got something lighter. And that was how they marketed the 86.8 proof. You can take a look at that and you can see that, they really go on and on about why there's so much, so much difference between Tennessee and Kentucky, which I find it to be a very odd form of marketing. But then in 1982 to 1984, we start to see that age statement disappear. So you take a look at this bottle here, and there is no age statement on it. Now, it's good whiskey. But the fact is they got rid of the age statement, and that's another way I'm able to date it. So I'm able to say with certainty that this bottle's between 1982 and 1984. That is a pretty good time frame for Wild Turkey. Now, here's the thing about Wild Turkey. Wild Turkey is a very, very important brand in terms of bringing bourbon back. Everybody always wants to credit Maker's Mark, and rightly they should. But Wild Turkey was growing at a very high pace too. And they were opening up markets, especially in Australia. In Australia, they couldn't drink enough Wild Turkey, and they did a really, really good job of opening a lot of international markets. So Wild Turkey, in this time, this would have been, Jimmy Russell, the cherished master distiller. This would have been in his heyday. He would have been in his prime. In fact, when Pernod Ricard bought Wild Turkey, they actually negotiated with Austin Nichols that Jimmy Russell would come with the acquisition. So that was a part of it. And the same would be said, when Campari would buy them in 2009 from Pernod Ricard. So you have a man who's deeply connected to the brand, and of course he is, for many of us, bourbon. To me, Jimmy Russell is one of the greatest people in the world, not just in bourbon, but in the world. He's an amazing human being. He's got a heart as big as Texas, and is just a great man. And we've written a lot about him over the years. So I highly recommend, once this is all over, if you can get a chance to go to Wild Turkey and shake his hand. I think you would very, very much enjoy that. Now, to the questions. Let's see what we have here. See if we have any good questions coming in. Doug asked the question, I wonder when Jimmy started affecting the advertising. I don't know if he ever really did. I think, he swings a little bit. I think the Russells probably have more impact today with advertising than they did back then. Simply because that just, wasn't as commonplace for them to so Robert asks, I thought they dropped the age statement about 1979. I found, I found, pretty strong evidence that they were still using it in 79 and 80 actually. So I don't know if that was, maybe they had like a surplus of it and they just put more out into the streets. But you saw a lot of you still saw it in the stores. So and I did not see any non-age stated products in 79 in my research on this. And with that said, this is still going to be about a 7-year-old. Chess Langford asks, does Wild Turkey change its labels too much? Yes, they do. Okay. Here we go. I'm sipping this is the starting with the turkey, by the way. And it's got a really beautiful old Wild Turkey funky nose. Oh, son of a gun. Oh, man. That is gorgeous. That is gorgeous. I think that if this thing was on the market today, it would be a clear cut. I'm having problems here with this damn thing. It would be a clear cut winner for sure in just about every major tasting. Brian Mack asks, is there a difference between Wild Turkey Dusties and Wild Turkey today? I've never tasted a Dusty and don't know the history. Well, great question. Yes, there are some fundamental differences. The recipe has stayed the same. The yeast has stayed the same. They've changed their barrel entry proof, um, a couple times. But I think also you had. I think it comes down to like this whiskey just. I think turkey whiskey does really well in the bottle, and what I mean by that is that you know this has been sitting in a bottle for since the 80s, and that cap, the lining in that cap did not impact the whiskey. um so I think that the way they package their whiskey, I think it holds up better than say a beam, which I find to often be like oxidized or have some type of evaporation issue. um Golly. I don't want to go to the next one. This is so good. Damn. Mm. All right, so this is basically like the nose comparison. It's like going from you know your cleanup hitter being Babe Ruth to Mookie Wilson. Yeah, this is not. This is not. Doesn't stand a chance. I don't really even want to drink it anymore. It's kind of look how light it is. It's not very dark. It's also really it's really bland. It's got some grain notes in there and a hint of plastic. So even though like it's not necessarily a comparative, if I were picking between these two, it would be easy. But just breaking that down, it's not really doing it for me. Hmm. So your winner, um, your winner, which should not be a surprise to anybody, is this beautiful bottle of Wild Turkey. So how about it for Wild Turkey? Ah, okay. Well, that'll do it for my taste off. Now, tomorrow, I will not be doing a live tasting, but I will have a video that will drop at 9 o'clock. I need a tasting break. I probably won't be sipping anything tomorrow. I realized that, doing these live tastings every night, I definitely did not plan on, I didn't set up a break in there for me. So tomorrow night I'm going to take a break from the tasting, and then use I'll put up a video. So make sure you click subscribe, you hit the reminder button and all that stuff, and that way you get it, and you get notified when the stuff goes up. Today I had an interview with the gentleman from Beam Suntory, who is behind them making hand sanitizer, and I also interviewed Kyle Rudolph. I've got a lot of celebrities coming down the pipe. It's going to be a really good couple months for me in terms of creating content. So let's get those questions in. Oh, Andrew's trying to get me to go back and pull out some Wild Turkey and some Rare Breed to compare. Um, uh, I don't know. I tell you what. I will consider it. Is everybody got a sticker? Anybody want a sticker? To get a sticker, you just need to click subscribe and hit me up with your address, and I will mail you a sticker. So since I didn't really sip much of the Redemption, I could maybe go and get another turkey, a modern turkey to compare it to. Is that something you would like to see? Because if so, I can maybe do that. Let's see here. Okay, we got a. Am I excited for the Terry Bradshaw release? Probably, maybe. I don't know. Frank says, Turkey Party, rare breed review versus B versus C bottling, where Russell had used. I don't know if I could pull off all those right now. I know in my office, I don't think I have that. I tell you what, I'm going to go look for some other turkeys, and you all, while you're doing this, click that button, the like button on YouTube. I'm telling you, YouTube is dominated by algorithm, and the more likes and stuff you get, then the better it is for everybody. So I am going to go grab this bottle. Enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, pull out your hair ties. It's time to let your hair down and truly get funky. Down.
All you gotta do is dance.
All right. Shit, I didn't get a glass. I need new glasses. All right. I'll be right back. Listen to this. Okay, so I'm back. All right, so I went through the office and was digging through my stuff to see what I had turkey wise. I've got the rare breed, 116.8 proof, and then a single barrel Russell's Reserve that it's about tapped. Now I see some people in here talking about like they subscribe but that haven't gotten a not getting the sticker. So what you need to do, go to fredminnick.com. That's my website, and click on the contact button, and just hit me up with your address. And I'll hit it. I'll get it to you. This is it's on there good. All right. So this is going to be a showdown, I guess, amongst the turkeys. Yes, David's probably having a moment right now. If I recall, I really like this Russell's Reserve single barrel. So again, make sure click subscribe and I will send you a sticker, but you do have to send me your address and wait patiently and be willing to follow up with me to send you the sticker. But I will send you the sticker, I think. I promise I will send it. But you got to click subscribe and hit me up on fredminnick.com. Now, a little bit on the music selection that I've been doing for the show. It's all about like what I can air. You know, like I can't exactly get, you know, Buddy Guy, who I'd love to have on here, you know, have it on there because it would require a bunch of licensing and everything. So the music that you're hearing is from like independent artists who are putting their stuff out on royalty free through a site I use called Artist. Really, really good music. Now, my podcast, I actually get licenses for those songs that I air. Okay, so the first one is the Rare Breed. How will Rare Breed compare to the Old Turkey? See there? Now, Kent can confirm that I do send stickers. Okay, so the Rare Breed is really it's a little grainier. The vintage turkey is incredibly caramel forward, very like complex. I mean, the nose is not even close. Vintage turkey wins that in a landslide. Ooh, that's good. Nice little sip of that Rare Breed on the tongue. Just kind of grabs it and says, let's party. Let's get that funk on.
Ladies and gentlemen, pull out your hair ties. It's time to let your hair down and truly get funky.
Rare Breed, bringing out the funk. Yeah, that is good. Now, the question is, we know it's good. We know I picked this a while back against the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection. But the question is now, is it better than the 86.8 proof Wild Turkey? Yeah, not. They feel like they're from different distilleries. They don't taste remotely the same to me. Now we're going to the single barrel. This Russell's Reserve single barrel. It's 110 proof. Doesn't have a barrel number on here. Oh, baby. That's everything that's right in the world. I've been milking this bottle for a few years. It's so good. Ah, be sad to see it go. This is coming in from Andrew. He went out and got a bottle of the Bullet Blender Select. He says that's fantastic. Folks, I'm about to name my contenders for the best bourbons and ryes and everything so far this year. And I'm deeply considering putting Bullet on that list. Now, here's something that I learned yesterday. Or today, the Bullet Blender Select is actually not a blend of straights. It is a straight bourbon. I'm confused by their labeling. I didn't actually get a full bottle, so I need to verify what classification it actually is in, whether it's a blend or they're just using Blender Select as kind of like a fanciful term. All right, so this single barrel is going to defeat Rare Breed. I saw someone comment about the lighting. This is my office lighting. I normally have like a studio light, and you guys think this looks better than the normal? I don't go back and watch these videos, so I'd be curious to know what you think of tonight's light. I saw the light. All right, here we go. It's the single barrel versus Wild Turkey Vintage 1982-ish. Non-age stated, 86.8 proof. Man, this vintage turkey is just, it's otherworldly for me. I love vintage turkey. Damn. But this single barrel, it ain't quitting. It ain't quitting. It's just getting on that tongue and just dancing, walking around, dripping down the jawline, tickling the roof of my palate, giving me a nice spice on the way down. This is absolutely gorgeous, and it defeats the beautiful bottle from distilled in the 1970s and bottled in 1982-ish. The Russell's Reserve single barrel that I don't have a whole lot left. This is tonight's champion. And it was not going to happen until I realized how badly the Redemption fared. Look, I put that tasting together on a whim. I didn't really consider how badly it would do. So I think in the future, I will probably try to get something that's got at least a little bit of a shot. But anyway, so that's going to do it for tonight's tasting. Thank you all so much for joining me. As we close it out, let's remember that we are a community. We are a group of whiskey people. We love the stuff. We love talking about it. Let's engage with one another as much as possible, and I hope that this can be a community for you where you can come here every night and just chat. I'll have details about what my about what my video is for tomorrow night, but I think you are going to like it. If you have not yet, click the subscribe button, hit me up on fredminnick.com, and I will send you a sticker. You gotta give me your address though. I don't know what you can do with this sticker. You know, maybe put it on your trash can, maybe put it on your door, your bumper sticker, or find a neighbor that you don't like and put it on their car. Just kidding. Don't do that. I think that's illegal. Thank you so much for taking the time to visit with me tonight, to sip some whiskey with me tonight. I am going to cut out and finish this beautiful Russell's Reserve single barrel. That is so, so, so good. So that'll do it for tonight. Remember to wash your hands, be kind to one another. Vodka sucks unless it's being used for hand sanitizer. Until next time, guys, cheers. Cheers.